Hello and welcome. Today, we're exploring how China is using deflation, not just as an economic outcome, but as a strategic asset for advanced military spending, social stability, and even balancing inflation dynamics amid global pressures. Let's begin with the basics. Deflation means a sustained decline in the prices of goods and services. In most parts of the world, deflation is seen as a warning sign. But in China's playbook, it's a calculated advantage. By keeping production costs down, deflation allows China to invest in high-tech military systems. Drones, hypersonic missiles, AI-assisted weaponry, at a fraction of the cost it might require in an inflationary environment. Essentially, every yuan goes further. While many economies worry about falling prices, Beijing is capitalizing on this. Lower input costs are a lever for building a leaner, more efficient military-industrial complex. It's not just saving money. It's enabling cost-effective innovation. Deflation in China also serves another key purpose: social stability. Rising prices for essentials like food, fuel, and housing can trigger widespread discontent and even unrest. This works well for China because the Chinese government prefers stability over unrest. By maintaining deflation, everyday costs remain steady or even decline, keeping household budgets intact. This dampens wage pressures and reduces the likelihood of mass protests. In simple terms, deflation acts as a stabilizer, minimizing the economic triggers that might otherwise lead to social instability. Military spending and global influence are also deeply connected to this strategy. Although Western observers often judge China by nominal military budgets or equity markets, the real story lies in the effective purchasing power of every unit of spending. Lower production costs mean that China can build more advanced systems at a lower nominal cost. This fuels a state-of-the-art military-industrial complex without the unsustainable budget burdens seen in other models. And here's an interesting twist. While the United States exports inflation through its high consumer spending and global economic influence, it inadvertently helps China maintain its balanced inflation environment. US-driven inflation can seep into global commodity markets, putting upward pressure on prices elsewhere. In contrast, China's deflationary environment remains insulated thanks to state controls and domestic cost advantages. In a way, as the US spreads inflation, China can hold onto its deflationary benefits, ensuring stable prices at home while still exporting its overcapacity in industries like electric vehicles and solar panels globally. But it doesn't stop there. Deflation also gives China a major edge in exporting not just products, but standards. Price competitiveness allows Chinese goods to flood international markets, especially in developing countries and emerging economies. When Chinese products dominate, so do Chinese technical standards, manufacturing norms, and compatibility frameworks. Over time, this quiet influence can reshape global supply chains, making Chinese standards the default in key sectors like telecommunications, green energy, consumer electronics, and even infrastructure components. It's not just about affordability. It's about setting the rules of the game. It's almost poetic when you look at the big picture. Global economics is a yin and yang contest. China embraces deflation, a soft, steady force of low costs and controlled growth, while the West often leans on inflation, driven by consumer spending and market dynamism. In China, deflation isn't a sign of weakness. It's a strategic tool for lowering production costs, fueling advanced military spending, and maintaining social stability. Meanwhile, US-driven inflation indirectly reinforces this environment by keeping global price pressures high, which, paradoxically, allows China's domestic economy to operate at a more balanced level. To wrap up, China's strategic use of deflation is a masterclass in turning an apparent economic liability into a multifaceted strength. It's not just about saving money. It's about investing in a modern military, ensuring social stability, exporting standards, and even leveraging global inflation dynamics to its advantage. So, the next time you hear debates about China's economy through the lens of its stock market or nominal spending, remember, the real story is hidden beneath the surface. Beijing is using deflation as a stealth tool to power its future. Thank you.